guys, it's me, and today I'm going to do a tutorial on something that's a little bit different than I normally do. This is a pinup tutorial. This could be a Halloween look for some people. For me, this is like an everyday look. I actually wore this exact makeup to my grandmother's birthday last night, so any of you who were there and kept asking me how I did my hair, you'll see in this video how I did it. It's really easy. This is like an everyday look for me, but like I said, for some people it would be more of a costume look. If you want to make it more of an everyday look because it's very neutral but the red lip's a little off-putting, you have a couple other options. This is a NYX matte lip cream. If you're not good with lipstick, this is really great because it's very controlled and it's a little bit more muted than this red. Or you could do a like tinted lip balm that's red. This one's a CoverGirl Smoochie and it's just like barely there. Like when it's on, it just looks like a popsicle lip. So it's very easy to transition this. This is like one of my favorite ways to do my hair. It takes a little bit of practice, but once you get it, you'll be able to do it every time. And yeah, so stay tuned if you guys are interested. Bye! So the first thing you need to do is prime your face. Pinup girls have very perfect complexion. You need to make sure your skin looks as clear as possible. And for your foundation to stay all day, you need to put on a primer. This is a green primer because it cancels out the red on my face. And now we're going to take some foundation. I love to use Kat Von D Lock and Load Tattoo Foundation for this. I was out of it, so my Stay Matte, what is this one? This is Revlon Color Stay Foundation. This is also very full coverage. If you have really good skin, you don't even need a full coverage foundation. You can use whatever works really good for you, but make sure your skin literally looks flawless. And I'm just applying this with a stippling brush. You can do this with your fingers, you can do this with a regular foundation brush. I think a stippling brush works best. Then I'm going to take some concealer. This is a MAC Pro Longwear, I believe. Maybe it's not. It's a MAC concealer though. And it is in NC15, and I'm just patting that under my eyes. And on the bottoms of my cheeks I have a little bit of redness, so I'm just patting it on, blending it out with stippling brush and my fingers, just to make everything look a little more perfect. And then I'm going to set this with a powder. I use Fit Me in shade 120 and a powder brush. And I'm just blending the powder into my face. And I take the little powdery like sponge applicator and apply a little bit extra powder on some places just to get like perfect coverage. Now I'm warming my hands up and putting them on my face. This just melts your foundation into your face a little bit and gives you a really skin-like finish. And I just dust away any extra powder with the brush. And that is how you make your skin look perfect when it's not, for everyone who asks me. So now I'm taking an eyebrow like cake set. So you have an eyebrow cake powder and some wax, and I just mix the powder with the wax on an angled brush. And pinup girls have very, very arched eyebrows, so make sure you arch them like super arched. Getting them to match is also really important, so make sure you take your time. This is not like a 2-minute thing. This is probably the hardest thing to do out of the whole tutorial is the eyebrows. Another thing is make sure the inner corners are very squared off. They don't have natural brows. Their brows are very defined and perfect. And a good trick is make sure your eyebrows start at the inner corner of your eye. Your arches are at the very end of like the outer part of your pupil if you're looking straight. And your tails go from, if you make a line from the corner of your nose to through your eye, then it would just carry on and hit the end of your brow. Sorry if you hear creaking in the background. My dogs keep coming in and out of my room. And I'm going to take a blush. This is a very muted blush. There's 3 that you could use. The first one I'm using works good on my skin tone. It's a very true pink. If you're a little lighter, you can use a very lilac-y pink. And if you're a little darker, you could use that darker pink I showed. But I'm going to use just that first, like, very, you know, true, kind of a little bit muted pink. A little bit less intense than the lilac pink, not really muted. Now I'm taking a NYX Jumbo Eye Pencil in Milk and putting that on my lids only and smudging it out into my crease a little. And this is my favorite palette to use for Pinup Makeup. It's an all matte palette from Stila. I believe it's called In the Light, I believe. And I'm just taking an angled brush and taking the matte gray from this palette, and I'm just drawing a line right above my crease. And now I'm going to take a little bit of the matte vanilla shade and pack that on my lids, making sure not to blend it with the gray at all, like keeping it two separate like spots. We're doing a cut crease look. Now I'm taking a pencil brush and I'm blending out the upper half of the gray, still leaving the bottom half with like a perfect line. Now taking this yellow toned medium brown and blending that over the gray just to blend this out. And you honestly, if you're not into like very dramatic eyes, I would stop right here. If you're wearing this just every day, but if you're doing a full pinup look, then I would continue with the eye look and keep building the color like I do. So now we're going to take a matte black and mix it with the matte gray, and we're going to just redefine that line we drew on to keep the cut crease very cut and crease-like. Now taking that pencil brush and just, it might still have a little bit of gray on it, just blending that out, just the top part, not the bottom. Going back in with a pink tone, light brown, and blending around everything just so that, well, still keeping the cut crease, so blending around the outer edges, bringing it onto my nose a little bit just to make everything look blended and flawless. Taking a little bit more of that matte vanilla and just, now I'm blending everything to my liking and just getting it perfect for me. You guys can play around with it kind of however you want. Now just brushing away the fallout. And I put a little bit of the NYX Jumbo Eye Pencil on my waterline. You could totally do that with an eyeliner if you want. Now I'm taking a MAC pressed powder as a highlight. You could use any highlight. This one's like a pink shade. Putting it on the tops of my cheeks, down my nose, Cupid's bow, chin. I also forgot to mention you should highlight your eyes. I didn't do it in this video, but just under your brows. Now I'm taking an eyeliner. This is a Kat Von D tattoo liner. This is my favorite one to do for winged eyeliner. And you're just going to do black wings. If you're doing this more for like work, I would do smaller wings. If you're doing it for dramatic effect, you can do bigger wings. This is just the best size that looks good on me. You kind of just have to watch how I do it, and there's 1,000 ways to do wings. This is just how I've been doing them for so long, and it seems to be foolproof. They always seem to match. And now I'm taking a mascara. This is Tarte's Gifted, and I'm going to use this on the bottom lashes because this is not really lengthening or volumizing, it's just a color, and the wand is fairly small. And now taking Benefit's They're Real for my top lashes. This gives like a lot of length and volume and definition, and you want your bottom lashes to be very, very subtle, and you want your top lashes to be very dramatic. You might even want to put falsies on. I didn't have any laying around, or I probably would have. I'm just fixing my eyelashes, making sure they're good. And now putting Vaseline on my lips. When you do matte lip products, they show every little crease and line and imperfection in your lips, so make sure they are as moisturized as possible. And then just wipe it off when it seems to have set in. And I'm taking a red lip liner in Kiss Me Quick from MAC. And I'm just going to line my lips. If you don't have a defined Cupid's bow, please make sure you like define it. Pinup girls have very defined, like perfect lips. And I'm just going through and making sure they just match and everything looks really great. Now I'm taking a matte red lipstick from MAC. This is Ruby Woo. This is a retro matte. This is my favorite red for pinup makeup. But at the end, if you don't want to do something so dramatic, I'll show you some other options. Now for the hair, I have Betty Bangs. I'm brushing mine down. If you don't have them, there's plenty of tutorials on how to do like fake Betty Bangs. So now for the victory rolls. I am just sectioning off my hair. So kind of what I do is I take a comb and I go from behind my ear up to the center of my part. And then I brush it straight up and I tease the back of it and spray it. And I just tease like the bottom half, and then I brush out the front. And then hopefully you'll be able to see me do this. So as you can see, I kind of roll it around my finger and I just roll my hair down and toward my head. And then I'm going to pin it. I end up not being satisfied with this one and do it again later in the video, so you'll get to see it 3 times. So then on the other side, take off that section I sectioned off, tease again, brush the sides, and you start rolling toward the back of you. So you roll backwards, then as you get closer to your head, you move the roll so it's facing in. And then you just pin it down with a couple of bobby pins through the center. The roll on this side was just being very strange, so I went back through and redid it. Yeah, I had a little hair sticking out. It was driving me nuts. And also, if your hair isn't curly, I curled mine last night because I had my hair in victory rolls the night before. Go ahead and curl it, or I will do a tutorial on how to stop curl soon. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Thanks for watching, and you guys have an awesome day.
Really think I'm not worth all the trouble that I've been causing? Do you really think it's a lost cause?